My name is Chantel Wharton. This is losing 75 to 100 pounds naturally. No pills, no diets, no surgery. 5 strategies. My journey started when I was a baby. My mother decided she wanted a fat baby. She believed a fat baby was healthy. Thus began my struggle with weight. By the time I was in the 5th grade, I couldn't find any clothes to wear in the children's section. I always dreaded back to school time because I knew there were no clothes to fit me. My self-esteem was in the pits. By the time I was 12 years old, I was wearing a size 20 and weighed over 200 pounds. Fortunately, that year, my mother let me play basketball. I fell in love with the sport and made the team. I lost all my weight and felt normal for a while, but eventually I had to quit the team and the weight came back on. By that time, I had entered college and was again over 200 pounds. Diets don't work. I tried every diet on the market. I would lose and then gain again. It was a cycle I would repeat on and off throughout my life. The final straw was all the health problems I was facing because of the excess weight. Fibroid tumors, high blood pressure, diabetes. Not to mention breast cancer, heart stroke, and heart disease. And gastric bypass surgery. That was a drastic step that I just wasn't willing to take. Now these are the 5 strategies I used to change my life and finally lose the weight. Number 1, I had to change my mindset. Weight loss for me was a mental battle with myself. I had low or non-existent self-worth, self-esteem, and self-love. I was always dwelling on the negative instead of looking at things positively. I had to do a major overhaul. I had to get my thoughts and attitudes going in the right directions, which means I had to change my thoughts, my attitudes, my emotions, my feelings, and my perceptions of illness and disease. I realized that I had to stop being so negative and switch to positive mindset in all areas of my life. I had to learn how to do this. This wasn't normal for me. I put my intentions out in the universe, prayed for directions, and they came. I received an abundance of help and encouragement. Lifestyle changes. I watched some of my closest friends struggle, get sick, and die because they couldn't change their diets. I was raised on a soul food diet, and for years that was normal for me. I didn't know any better and was not willing to change. It was what I'd been taught all my life. Eventually, I realized I was not satisfied with how my body looked and how I felt about myself. And these were the areas I had to address and change. Number 1, food. I had to understand my relationship with food, exercise, and hydration. I had to understand what exercise would do for me and the benefits of it. And water. I hated to drink water, but I had to learn to love it because that was going to help me lose the weight. Finally, I had to figure out what my weight was. What was the correct weight for me? I had to understand sleep, illness, and disease. Health changes. These are the questions I had to answer and implement into my life. Which health areas were priorities for me? How much time could I spend dedicated to my health? Am I in denial with issues concerning my health? What do I need to achieve to be happy with my health? And how does that make me feel? And how do I want to feel? What changes did I need to make? What was my level of commitment, dedication, and self-discipline? What do I want for my health and wellness in the future? Emotional mental component. This was my major battle. I believe this is the missing element for most diet and exercise programs. It's why so many people put back on the weight they've lost after they lose it. After they lose it. I knew through energy modality work that the mind was a powerful tool for creation. Your inner thoughts, feelings, and beliefs create your outer life's realities. And some of the emotional wounds that I find that were blocking me were anger, sadness, depression was a major one for me. These are the strategies I use to change my negative self-image to a positive one. Homeopathy, resonance repatterning, EFT or emotional freedom technique. The script from a very good book called Feelings Buried Alive, Never Die by Karen K. Truman. The Secret by Rhonda Byrne. Law of Attraction books, tapes, and seminars. and Louise Hay's affirmation and all her books on affirmations. They're just wonderful. Exercise. I had to learn to love exercise and to love my body. I had to develop a routine that fit into my life. I had to answer these questions. What are my motivations? What are my emotional barriers? How was my sedentary lifestyle serving me? And it wasn't. I decided to get off the couch, stop watching The Biggest Loser, and become The Biggest Loser. I had to reprogram, readjust, and replace old habits and customs. My mentor told me, when you come to the realization that your own subconscious mind is the single reason that you lack wealth, health, abundance, freedom, and or happiness, you have taken the first step towards conquering the enemy. And sometimes the enemy is yourself. These were the 5 strategies I used. When I understood and implemented these strategies, I lost 90 pounds within 1 year. I was able to clarify my vision and know what I wanted. I had a clear, obtainable goal, and I could take the action to get my body and the lifestyle that I wanted. I wish you much success in your weight loss journey. If you want my help, I do personal coaching and have an ebook, How to Raise Your Emotional Resonance and Vibrations Naturally, a practical guide for living the law of attraction. I can be reached by email at redlady8029@gmail.com. My mission is to empower, enlighten, and energize my clients.